Hey guys, welcome back to Ace of Spades Tarot. I'm Aisling, and this will be a reading for the collective energy of the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars, or anywhere that Taurus is prominent in your natal chart. Just a reminder, the time in tarot is fluid, so when you find this reading, is just trust that that's when you're meant to find it. Also, gender in tarot is fluid, so don't necessarily assign gender roles to the characters depicted on the key cards, as we all have divine masculine and feminine energy within each of us. So just apply as it resonates to your situation. And of course, if this reading does not resonate with you, then do check out your other, the other readings for your other placements. Last but not least, this is a general collective reading, not a personal reading. So, of course, can't resonate with everyone. Do take what resonates just, with you and your energy and your situation or energy surrounding you, and leave the rest. Great. Okay. I'm going to start off with the Carolyn Miss archetype cards. We all have these archetypes within us during certain points of our lives, and they each have light and shadow attributes to each of them. And so it's a time for you to be honest with yourself as to whether or not, it's just you and you. So in tarot's about the truth. So, it's a time for you to be honest, if you're kind of slipping into shadow attributes of the archetypes that Spirit gives us, or if you find yourself, in the more self-aware, higher attributes. Either way, it's a good energy check-in. So let's see for Taurus, please. For Taurus, please. Spirit, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. For Taurus. For Taurus. Again, you might resonate with 1, 2, 3 of these archetypes, or none. Only you will know. So, Taurus, please, Spirit. Make it clear. Please make it clear. Feel free to fast forward through shuffling. I know it can be a bit tedious, and these cards are very thick. They're lovely, but they are very thick. Taurus, what's going on? Come on. What's going on? Energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Come on. Energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, the mediator. I believe Capricorn had that in their reading as well. Energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Not too many. Energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Make it clear. Thank you. The Slave. That was in an earlier reading also. I forget who had that. Energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Nope, too many. Energy for Taurus, one more. Energy. Nope, energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. Energy for Taurus, please. Thank you. The Beggar. Okay. And as many of you know, I am a Taurus Sun and a Taurus Mercury. So I'm always curious to see what comes out in Taurus readings. So the mediator. Okay. Light attributes: gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. The shadow attribute is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Pretty clear cut. The slave, the light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And the shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. And then the beggar, light attribute, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. The shadow attribute, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So the beggar and the slave, very similar kind of energies, especially in their shadow attributes. The mediator stands slightly separately here, but we'll see how everything else plays in as we continue along. I'm next going to pull a card from the Key Oracle. That is She Who Is in French. Again, reminder, gender. Although these are women depicted in the cards, it's about the energy. It's not about gender. For Taurus, please, Spirit. For Taurus collective energy, please. Taurus collective energy. Taurus collective energy. And here we go. Okay. She who aches, or he who aches. Sadness, solitude, silent, withdraw. So many Tauruses out there, we've all been in a period of kind of withdrawal in a lot of ways over the last couple of years, due to the pandemic and also everything else that's going on in the world. But unlike the Hermit card, or the Hermit in the Major Arcana in the Tarot, it's not about solitude or finding her own light. It's a sadness, It's almost a depressive energy, She's put herself out in the cold, and it's it's almost like her own frozen cell, silent and withdrawn. So you may feel like you're a slave sometimes, or recently, to the kind of pervasive underlying sadness that's going on in the world for so many reasons, which could be understandable. Also, maybe some of you are feeling burnt out and therefore withdrawing efforts, feeling like they're fruitless. It's interesting because the colors of the card are so similar to the colors of the mediator. So maybe you feel like something that you're trying to mediate or trying to resolve in your life, again, is fruitless. Like maybe it's like no matter what you do, you can't win, sort of thing. I don't know where that came from. That just, it's what they're giving me. But it's causing you to withdraw almost, like, I'm done fighting. I don't know. Let's see what comes out in the tarot. See if those energies change. For Taurus, please. Taurus. For Taurus. Right away. Okay. Six of Wands, victory. Okay. That's quite a different energy. Of course, who knows what wars he's come back from, or this character has come back from, in order to see victory. Seven of Cups. What else for Taurus, please, Spirit? What else for Taurus? Thank you. The Fool. Okay. Getting a clearer picture. What else for Taurus? Taurus, please. Normally I don't pull, but it just was. That's for Taurus. What else for Taurus? Page of Swords in reverse, the Hermit. It's funny that we were talking about the Hermit and now we have the Hermit. Feels very much like an inner journey, Taurus. Nope. Nope. Make it clear, Spirit, please, for Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Taurus. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that would like to come out? Nope. Anything else that would like to come out, please? Nope. Anything else that would like to come out, please, for Taurus? Anything else that would like to come out? Thank you. The High Priestess. And at the bottom of the deck is the Sun. And I was guided to put it here for whatever reason. Okay. So coming back from the wars, victory, and then having a lot of options at your feet, or at, you know, on this kind of cloud of choices, of cups. Right? It's a Venus and Scorpio and your energy. It's definitely, there's a shrouding in mystery, and we do have the High Priestess here, which is Pisces, Cancerian, but also Scorpionic energy to me. And then we have the Fool, you know, starting at, you know, the Fool's journey starting at 0. We go from 0 to the world, 0 to 21 in the major arcana, from the Fool to the world. So I feel like there's been a change, and decisions been made based on using your intuition, which leads to a death of sorts. And Persephone, the High Priestess to me is very much the Persephone figure. She is the veil between worlds. And death here, you know, death, whether it be literal or metaphorical, it happens to all of us. It's a natural cycle of life, you know, and like as this, it's, no one is immune to it. No one can escape it. As the sun always rises, death will always come. And I think it's interesting because then we have the Sun card here, right? And we have on the other side this Moon card. And in between we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is, you know, in complete control of his emotions. He rules the emotional kingdom realm. And we see this kind of transformation, right, between light and dark, night and day. What was sunny in the past can also be shrouded. It's almost, I'm getting loss of innocence, like it's strange, but like almost like there's been a loss of innocence, but also in that an understanding, because we have the Page of Swords in reverse, right? And pages are messengers, and the Page of Swords in reverse is taking back to really think about what your message is in this reading. It's, you know, and then going within, and it's almost as if in a matter of weeks or months or a year, you've aged many, many years, because you've already gone through the process of the birth and the death and the transformation and the travel between the worlds and the light and the dark, and the one who aches understands that when you have the knowledge of these things, it is impossible not to feel an ache, right? And the Hermit understands this because he said, find his light from within, right? He's not getting the accolades that the character in the Six of Wands is getting. In fact, there's no one around him. He has had to learn how to validate himself, shine his own light. And that is where the Page of Pentacles comes in. And again, pages are messengers, but they're also offers, you know, and it's a solid offer. It's one that can be planted and one that can grow. And then you have the Lovers, and the Lovers is again a choice. So I feel like you've had a lot of choices, Taurus. And possibly are at the point where you're not sure if you can trust your intuition, because your choices have brought you pain. Choices in love, choices in work, whatever it's been for you. And you feel powerless at times. And you ache not only for yourself, but for the state of you know, your Tauruses are, you know, it's the Empress, it's the Earth Mother, it's the, you know, you ache for what's around you, the things that have been frozen, where no green grows. But you also understand, and it was a lot easier when there weren't choices, and when you didn't have to take so many leaps of faith, and you didn't have to see the process. And I think it's been kind of a humbling experience. Let's clarify quickly. What is the Seven of Cups, please, Spirit? I'd like to see the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, an offer came in that you might have taken a chance on, and might have seemed stable. And the Knight of Cups, so you might have gotten multiple offers. Again, like the Seven of Cups, all of the choices, you might have been getting a lot of choices, a lot of offers at once. And the Emperor. And why is the Emperor? Why is the Emperor there? One might have stood out for you more than the rest, but it perhaps led to, again, another humbling experience. I feel like talking to a lot of Tauruses that have gone through some cyclical lessons recently, and are finally understanding why that had to be. Yeah, the High Priestess. High Priestess. And realizing that your own inner light, your own inner intuition is really the only thing, you know. All that glitters is not gold. He who looks like an emperor, she who looks like an emperor, you know. Looks can be deceiving. High Priestess knows. What about this King of Cups? Justice. Yeah. So keeping everything in balance, keeping your emotions in balance, understanding with the Sword of Truth what's meant for you and what's not meant for you, cutting out the things that are not meant for you. What's this Page of Pentacles, please, Taurus? What is with the Page of Pentacles? Thank you. The King of Cups. So, I always say, you know, sometimes kings come disguised as pages. Sometimes knights come disguised as emperors. We never really know. It's about reading, you know, not reading a book for its cover. And that goes again back to the Seven of Cups. Not all that glitters is gold. So it's about taking chances after gaining wisdom to build solid foundations with those who might seem like pages, but really are kings. Why is the Lovers here, please? Why is the Lovers here? Taurus here? Why is the Lovers here? The Fool. Yeah, taking that risk, taking that leap of faith again, taking that leap of faith, trusting your intuition to know that you'll pick the right choice. Can I get one more on the Lovers and the Fool, please? The Sun. Yeah, you'll find that happiness. What else? Whoa, you can't make that up. I was like, I'm pretty sure two other cards flipped, and I looked in, and it's the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So not making the same mistakes you've made in the past, but really reading the book before you judge its cover. And it leads, you know, when you make a choice, it's a choice that's it's calculated. You know, you understand the risks, you understand taking a leap of faith, but it's not just a leap of faith, it's also a leap of knowing, right? Because you've been there before, you've done this before, you've learned the lesson, and you're ready to reap the rewards, and you deserve it. Everyone deserves it. And it leads to the sun. It leads to the two things that we want. You know, the Ten of Pentacles is familial security and legacy, and Ten of Cups is emotional security and emotional fulfillment. That's absolutely beautiful. And the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. You know, I'm often harsher on Taurus readings than, I mean, admittedly, just because I am one, and so I think I want to go the extra mile to make sure that I'm not favoring the bull gang, so to speak. But when it's a reading like this, I feel grateful and happy as well, because I think Taurus has gone through a lot lately, as a collective, just astrologically and energetically. So it's beautiful to see something like that. And so I wish everyone the absolute, you know, just, I hope this resonates with some of you Tauri out there, some of you bulls out there, even if it's just one of you. It's beautiful. I'm gonna grab a couple cards now from the Simulon deck. Wow, I mean, the Ice Queen. It's amazing, I'm telling you, how these cards in this last set of reading have matched up and come full circle in such a beautiful way. It's like your heart has been closed off from past things and from seeing too much and knowing too much, but you have to let that go and release it, right? Just like the Page of Swords kind of releases the harsh words and takes people for the goodness inside of them. All it takes is a little flame to warm her heart. She'll still hold on to the knowledge that she keeps. There also might be an ache. That ache can lessen. You know, it's feeling very, very High Priestess energy. Very, very High Priestess energy. And it might mean giving up certain things, you know. And us Taurus, we like our things, you know. We like our creature comforts. But we don't want to freeze ourselves out of spite. We don't want to cut off our nose to spite our face, so to speak, right? Can I get one more, please? Thank you, Spirit. And it's a sacrifice. It's a card of Virgo. It's you know, it's almost the Ice Queen at a young age. And you see the harvest around her, and the harvest is very, you know, very earthy and you know, she's clearly praying or you know, saying words, giving offerings to, you know, whatever deities allowed them to have a harvest. And the alchemical symbol is above her. But again, it's very lone energy. I really feel like it's almost like this, when things haven't, you know, necessarily gone her way, perhaps as a younger woman, she becomes jaded and becomes this Ice Queen. But Again, that ice can be melted, that heart can be melted, and the same flames that were once lit as a younger, more naive person can come back. That ache can be released slowly. Self-care right now, I think, is very important. But I think you have a pretty good understanding of yourself, Tauruses, right now. And I think if you continue to follow your path, the one that you know intuitively, you will get to that place Sorry, I didn't even quite ask. So what would be a good crystal for the Taurus Collective right now? A helpful crystal spirit for the Taurus Collective? Helpful crystal for the Taurus Collective right now. Let's make a clear, helpful crystal for the Taurus Collective. Ooh. Just knock the sun right off and look at the balance underneath with this card of Taurus. That's great. Rhodochrosite. Remember your worth. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to put both up because lapis lazuli is make a decision. And we talked about the lovers being a choice card. So this is, here's lapis. I don't have rhodochrosite nearby, but I do have it, and it's a beautiful stone. But it's, remember your worth. Remember your worth. You've had victories in the past. Not all is lost. Some things need to humble us in life. Lessons need to be learned. But we don't need to keep ourselves out in the cold. Remember your worth and make decisions based on that. Not on what you think other people think of you, because that doesn't matter. What matters is what you think of yourself. So with that, I'm going to conclude this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're interested in personal readings or have any questions about anything, my email will be in the description box along with my Instagram. And okay, that's it. Ciao for now, Taurus, and namaste.